You see, I think, Bhavya, this entire thing about China asking for compensation, no country does that. And if it is done through the back channel. China has asked money, from Pakistan very blatantly. They've been very open about it. And the Chinese have always been very clear and very blatant about money matters. This $38 million that they're asking for compensation in lieu of the lives lost of 9 Chinese engineers who were killed in a terrorist suicide attack or a terrorist car bomb attack near the Dasu hydroelectric power plant. I think there are 2-3 reasons. Number one is China wants to send a message to the world that Chinese lives are not cheap. All right? And, number two, it is holding Pakistan responsible. Pakistan has raised 2 divisions worth of security forces from their armed forces and their, I think, other paramilitary also, but mostly from the armed forces of Pakistan, the army especially. 2 divisions. 1 division would be 9,000 to 10,000 men. 1 division. So almost 20,000 professional soldiers of the Pakistan army are providing security to the Chinese. And the other people, there is no investment in Pakistan. But if there is a few $1 million here and there of an XYZ country, they have this complaint that the Pakistanis don't give them the kind of security that they give the Chinese. So every Chinese gets VIP security and VIP treatment in Pakistan because that is Pakistan's sole source of funds, apart from loan giving agencies like the IMF or the World Bank. The problem is that the Chinese are also, this is messaging, this is optics, even to Pakistan, that don't take our friendship for granted. I think that is what it is. Apart from other things, apart from optics and messaging to the world, the Chinese are also giving a very stern message to the Pakistan government saying that while we are with you, while we are friends, don't take our friendship for granted. Don't take our money for granted. Don't take our support for granted. Chinese citizens dying in Pakistan is not something that, the Chinese government is willing to overlook, whatever the internal security situation of Pakistan is. You see, it is not just about New Zealand withdrawing from the cricket series, all right? It's not just about UK saying that, or England saying that we will not play cricket. I mean, Chinese are pretty much doing the same thing, right? It's just not cricket because Chinese don't play cricket. But Chinese have sort of imposed a huge cost. And for a poor country like Pakistan, which is virtually running on loan and aid, $38 million is not something to be scoffed at. $38 million can do a lot for Pakistan. And this is exactly what the Chinese want from Pakistan. They want to hurt Pakistan so that the message is very clear. We do not tolerate nonsense. And Chinese lives are the Pakistan government's responsibility. And Pakistan will say that, we can't pay and we can't afford to pay. And they'll cry and they'll weep, or they'll simply beg another country for money and give it to the Chinese. But at the same time, the Chinese have asked for money. And there is no way that the Chinese are going to, Chinese have said that we'll restart work on Dasu, okay, provided you give us the money. So that is the deal basically. The Chinese are nobody's friends. The Chinese worship dollars, all right? And the Pakistani premier writing to the Chinese premier saying that we can't pay you $1 billion. What kind of a country does not have $1 billion? I mean, of course, unless that country is Afghanistan. What kind of a country doesn't have $1 billion? And they say, we are a nuclear power. We are amongst all the Islamic countries, we're the only nuclear power, and we have 4 seasons. Imran Khan recently said they had 12 seasons. I don't know what he's talking about. And we are the best country in the world, blah, blah, blah. We are the best army. We have number 1 ISI, number 1 Pakistan army, etc., etc., etc. But they don't have $1 billion to pay back the Chinese. And about the $3 billion loan, it's slightly more than $3 billion. I don't think it's exactly $3 billion, slightly more than $3 billion. They asked China to restructure that loan. And all this money, Bhavya, none of it is aid, okay? None of it is कि आप दोस्त हैं आपको पैसा दे दिया आपको वापस देने की जरूरत नहीं है. None of it is like that. All of it without exception is loans or quote-unquote investment on which there is a very high ROI payable to the Chinese. Now, they had to pay back $3 billion plus 1.4, and Pakistan does not have the money. And China has flatly refused to restructure. This whole thing, sweeter than honey, higher than Himalayas, this is a scam. This is a scam sold by the Chinese leadership to the Pakistanis, which the Pakistanis bought. And then the Pakistanis, when they realized that this is a fraud, they started selling this scam to their own people. And now the entire 22 crore Pakistanis believe that China is their friend. China is nobody's friend. China is nobody's friend. China only worships the US dollar. That is what China is a friend of, not Pakistan. And Pakistan is almost a client state. They will do whatever, pretty much what the Chinese tell them to do. Now, today the Chinese have stopped giving them money. They begged for $6 billion in aid. Chinese almost fainted. Aid wo khud ko nahi dete Chinese. They don't give anybody money. They don't hand out cash. There is no handing out cash in the Chinese tradition. It's always a loan, and you pay back humongous rates of interest. I don't think China has quit Afghanistan. I think China is taking a look, mulling over its choices. What happened was that Pakistan lied to China, as usual. All right? Pakistan lied to China. You know what was the lie? You'll be shocked. The lie was very simple. They said, we control the Afghan Taliban. And whatever we tell the Afghan Taliban will do. We are in charge of Afghanistan. Afghanistan is Pakistan's backyard. We control the Taliban, and hence we control the Afghan Taliban. So don't worry, China. There are more than $2 trillion worth of minerals in Afghanistan. You will face no extremism. You will face no violence. The Wakhan corridor is safe. East Turkmenistan, the Uyghur Muslims who are up in revolt inside China, 1.5 million of them are in jail or in prison. We'll take care of that. Don't worry, everything is hunky-dory, and come to Afghanistan and we guarantee. Now, the Chinese, as usual, they're not gullible for very long. They're very smart, sharp people. Cunning almost. The Chinese figure out that the Pakistanis were lying. So initially there was a great deal of euphoria. Even amongst the Russians, by the way. Even amongst the Russians. And Russia and China and Pakistan are amongst the very few countries, I think Qatar is one country, but I'm not sure, who still have their embassies running in Kabul. The rest, everybody has fled. Now, the problem is that the Chinese realize that Taliban is under nobody's control. The Taliban do not control Afghanistan, and I'm measuring my words and I'm saying this again, so there is no difference of opinion and people do not say that he was misquoted and he did not mean that. The Afghan Taliban do not control Afghanistan. And that is what China has realized. Now you'll say, they are in Kabul, they have a prime minister, they have a defense minister, they have a home minister. Why are you saying they don't control? Simply because they have no money to run Afghanistan. Al-Qaeda is alive there and kicking. Daesh is alive there and kicking. The Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan is continuing to attack the Pakistan army and has killed more than 75 to 80 Pakistani soldiers in the last 1.5 months. Ever since August 15, the thing happened. Every day there are attacks. Does this look like a country which is under control? And if it is under control, then it's deliberate. Because these are the same Taliban that refused to give up Osama bin Laden. What makes the United States of America or Pakistan think that they are going to give up or hand over the present regime of Al-Qaeda? There are the same ethnic Pashtuns in Taliban. The Taliban is essentially a Pashtun organization. All right? Both sides. Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan is a Pashtun organization. Afghan Taliban is also largely a Pashtun. Largely. Not 100%, but largely a Pashtun organization. You see, it's a mad scramble for power. And China has been lied to by Pakistan. वो चमड़े के सिक्के चलाने वाली बात होती है ना, तो पाकिस्तान ट्राइड कि चमड़े का सिक्का चाइना के साथ किसने चमड़े का सिक्का आज तक चलाया? Who has been able to fool the Chinese? Chinese will not lose money over friendship, over blood, over relationship. They worship the dollar. So it's very clear. They are waiting and watching, and what the Chinese want right now is, right, a guarantee of safety, security and business continuity in Afghanistan. And they feel that Pakistan is not able to offer it. Pakistan cannot offer that. Nobody can control Afghanistan. You can keep the lid down for a while. You can buy off various factions. Okay? Let's say there are two warring factions. One says that we will support the Chinese, and the other Taliban faction says, I'm just giving you a hypothetical example. This is hypothesis. And the other faction says that we will kill the Chinese or we will harm the Chinese when they come. All right? And let us say that China decides to pay off both the parties. And they say, we'll give you $10 million to you and $10 million to you. There is still going to be war because one party will think that I'm worth more than $10 million. Or he's not worth $10 million, he should have been given 5 or nothing at all. So this is the truth about Afghanistan. This is the truth that the Chinese are realizing now, that it is not a normal society. It's a society of warlike people who have known nothing but war for over 1,000 years. That is what the Afghans have always done. And that is what the Afghans will keep on doing. So it's not very easy. Come through the Wakhan corridor, take a left turn, go to Iran, go to Chabahar port, and all is hunky-dory. Good morning world. It's not going to happen like that. So Pakistan lied to China. Pakistan said, don't worry, ji, everything is under our control. Welcome to Afghanistan. They said the same thing to the Russians. Russians were people who were saying, let's look at recognizing Afghanistan. Chinese were saying, let's look at recognizing. Have the Chinese and the Russians recognized Taliban? The Taliban regime? No, they have not. They have not. Absolutely not. And this is why we should say absolutely not. Gwadar was a no-go from day one. Whenever I told the Pakistanis that Gwadar is a no-go, no, India is jealous. India is jealous of China-Pakistan economic corridor. India is responsible for all the wrong that is happening in Pakistan. That is what my Pakistani friends also used to tell me. My Pakistani friends would say that India is doing something wrong, Now what happened? The Chinese never said Indians are doing anything wrong. Are Chinese also scared of India? No, the Chinese never said Indians are doing anything wrong. It is massive corruption inside Pakistan. It is sloth, laziness, incompetence in various successive governments, which has led to China taking a step back from CPEC. China is still engaged, by the way, but the speed is extremely slow. CPEC was going at 100 kilometers per hour. Now it's going at 5 kilometers per hour. That is the difference. All right. Number 2, you mentioned about Karachi port, right? The problem with Gwadar is there are no container terminals. There is no shipping. That basic in simply making a port does not cut ice. You're telling people, you're telling business houses in Karachi who are exporting or importing, you're telling them that, apna saman ab Gwadar se mangwana. It does not work like that. A businessman will make his decisions as per his business's convenience. And Gwadar is not convenient. Gwadar is not, plus the local people don't like it. Their livelihoods are getting impacted because they've sold everything from fishing, etc. They've given license to the Chinese. And the Chinese are colonizers, and the Baloch, a freedom-loving people, they don't like Chinese presence in Balochistan. So what the Chinese have done is very smartly decided that let's go to Karachi, there is a port there. I don't know if not just Dasu, okay, but other attacks on Chinese personnel were responsible. I'm not aware if they were responsible for the Chinese decision, but Karachi is one of the world's largest cities. It has a port, the Bin Qasim port. Karachi has that kind of infrastructure that the Chinese want, and Karachi is more ideal. But having said that, then the question arises, if that be so, why did they go to Gwadar in the first place? Why waste all that money? Why not come to Karachi? I think we'll have to have another, series or another episode for that, in which I can describe. It's a longish answer and I don't want to get into it, but I think the Chinese have been scammed by the Pakistanis. They've been scammed. See, Bhavya, nobody's calling Imran Khan, not Biden, not Modi, not Xi Jinping, right? The only time the Chinese will call Imran Khan is when they want their money back. And that is why Imran Khan gets phone calls, right? Because he has nothing to give. But Pakistan cannot be, Pakistan has long sold this narrative that we are geostrategically so important and we are a nuclear weapon state, we are so important that the world cannot ignore us. But I think now the opposite is true. इन्होंने सबसे पैसा ले रखा है. How can you ignore them? If somebody has taken money from you, can you ignore that person? You would want your money back, right? That's what people are saying. They have taken money from IMF, from the World Bank, from the Arabs, the entire host of Arab nations. They've taken money from the Chinese. Somebody was telling me, some Pakistani was telling me, though I don't have any media clipping to support my claim, but they even asked for ambulances from the Palestinians. Yeah, the poor Palestinians don't have anything going for them. No, I don't know if it's true or not, but there was a very strong rumor inside Pakistan. इन्होंने किसी को नहीं छोड़ा. China saying that Xi Jinping has not called Imran Khan. They have not spoken for 21 months. Imran Khan also realizes. And herein lies the problem in Pakistan. Imran Khan and the political parties are generally pro-China because through the projects, that is how they get money, right? Because China means money. The army is hardcore pro-America. The Pakistan army. In fact, there was a saying in Pakistan that the Pakistani army chief could not be appointed without the blessings of the Americans. Where did the F-16 aircraft come from? Where did the Heckler & Koch rifles come from? Where did all that tamjam of Pakistan come from? It is essentially American equipment given for free. Given for free almost to Pakistan. Some Pakistan, of course, bought patent tanks which were given. And this has been a very, very old alliance between the Pakistanis and the Americans. The Americans, in response, overlooked Pakistan's shenanigans. Recently, Dr. Abdul Qadir Khan died. The Americans knew that he was doing proliferation. The Iranians showed proof to Pervez Musharraf, and that is when the entire thing went south. So, this is nothing new. Pakistan is looking for, it's like a parasite, right? It is looking for, it's not even a symbiotic relationship, because in a symbiotic relationship, people help each other. So there is no symbiosis. This is typical parasite behavior. Earlier it's latched on, it was blood sucking the Americans, now it's blood sucking the Chinese. It is just that the Americans were, slightly better in terms of giving money to the Pakistanis. The Chinese are bigger crooks. And that is where it stands today. So there is no downgradation in the ties. The ties were never on an equal footing, right? The Pakistanis were always thought to be people who provided a certain service to China in lieu of money. And that is what is China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, by the way. What has Pakistan contributed in CPEC? Zero. That's it. Hamari zameen le lo. How many jobs has CPEC generated? Zero. How many businesses? There was a time when Imran Khan was saying that log visa laga ke khade honge hamare embassies ke samne. People will say, we want to become citizens. Are you crazy? Who wants to become a citizen of Pakistan? Not the Pakistanis, at least. Even they don't want to become citizens of Pakistan or be citizens of Pakistan for that matter. But Imran Khan Niazi he sold this idea that with Chinese money we are going to prosper. Now the Chinese are not calling, not doing projects, not doing anything. Now in fact, Chinese are asking for their money back. Seriously, bad times ahead for Pakistan.